Man, Corey done. Shit, X and Corey, they done really hit some soft spots, man. Especially when they all talking about your parents, man. Um, but for me, I did have like a speech, and but before I got to that, I kind of wanted to touch on some like life lessons that I feel like I've learned through this past season. I feel like. Um, so first day, um, something that I have been continuously reminding myself is that you don't always have to be like that quote unquote that strong nigga. Like it's okay to let your close ones see the pain behind your smile. And everyone's like who know me, always see me, seem to be in always good mood, smiling like, yo Mac, everything good? Yeah man, I'm straight. And I have to learn how to let people see past that because anyone who know me well, I'm always gonna be like that. I'm good. I'm good because that's just what I've always transitioned and always told myself I need to be. And that's not necessarily the case. Like I had to learn how to accept hurt and accept pain, but be okay with sharing that pain with others because I got so caught up to kind of hold that shit up myself for years. And that shit take a toll on your ass, man. So, lesson I learned, like similar story with Corey. Um, my mother passed away a few months ago in August, and she battled cancer for 5 years, and it was a long battle, right? It was a long battle. She beat it. Her biggest thing for me was seeing my accomplishments and my goals being, reached, and um, went to law school, and that's when I found out she was first diagnosed with cancer, and my people, I flunked out. I wasn't ready. Mentally, emotionally, I wasn't able to handle that, especially with the burden of knowing I had to travel back and forth. Like, my whole thing was, I gotta be that strong nigga. And so, I never let no one else in on that pain. I was just handling what I can, how I can. I came back to Miami, and I felt like that was God's sign of saying, time was short. So you need to be as close as possible to your mother as possible. And cherish as many years and days and time as you can get with her. And with that, she ended up beat it the first time, but it came back by the time I graduated, got back into law school, and by the time I graduated, it came back again. But that was just the start of the battle, right? Because at that point, like the job, as we all know, once you graduate, like that's not the end. A lot of us have board tests, a lot of us have certain certifications, stuff like that you have to get in order to really hit the goal that you want to get. So just graduating, it was like that was it. So more that had to be done, and that's what brought me to my next lesson that I always wanted to, I've been continuously telling myself is that, we all of us, though, we're on borrowed time, and that's the one thing you can't get back. So the whole aspect that we were talking about earlier with patience, like, oh, I got time. I like, no, you don't. Like, and this is coming from someone who I thought, like, dang, my mom's gonna be able to see me do this. Like, I was, weddings hurt now because when I see that mother and son dance, I don't get that. And I don't get the experience of being able to give her a grandchild. I don't get that. Or allowing her to see me accomplish my goals, you don't get that. So, like, time is borrowed. You got to realize that. So while you have the opportunity and you in good health and good in a good situation to get the shit done that you can within your control, get that shit done, y'all. Like that's all I really gotta say. Like really get that shit done. And then lastly, like no regrets. I have regrets that I'm never gonna be able to give to her. I'm sure like Corey had regrets he never got to be able to give to his pop. Like while y'all love him and feel like actually had the luxury and the blessing, right, to be able to like you see your dad almost die. Like I'm sure from then on, you made sure like everything was no regrets there on out. Like the last thing, people who mourn the hardest are the people who still have regrets and the people that they've lost, and you don't want to have that. So just make sure that you get all that shit done while you can, while you're here, right? But now that can finally bring me to my speech. So that shit was just man, that was just y'all snapping. So I was like, man, I gotta touch up on this. But my speech that something that I've told myself, looking at everything that I've gone through this past year, um, this past few months, has just been like, man, Matt, like leaders are born. As black men, we forget this. A lot of black men, we feel like we're not qualified enough. We don't deserve enough. We're not allowed to receive grace. We're not allowed to receive praise. And I'm here to tell y'all, like, bro, like, Jesus felt the same way. Like, he felt the same way up until he was on the cross, right? And how do we know this? While he was on the cross, he asked God, like, why me? He asked him, why was I selected? He still didn't feel like he deserved the grace or the praise as being deemed as the leader of the generation, the era, right? With, respecting everyone's religious beliefs, but like, why was he selected to be the chosen one in that sense, right? Like, leaders are not born. I mean, leaders are not made. Like, we're born. Example again would be MLK, like one of the most in our revolution and the civil rights leader, all that. He wasn't just made, like, he was born. So the circumstances made him into who he was, but however, he was born into being a leader, dog. And I feel like we have to remember this. Like, I'm here with all y'all, and each and every one of y'all are a leader in your own right. Like, y'all are here, we're here right now. Everyone's speaking about their personal stories. Everyone's speaking about their accomplishments, their goals. Like, all y'all are leaders. And believe it or not, y'all were born this way. So don't allow society to tell you otherwise, because society don't make you. What other people say don't make you. Y'all not made. Y'all are straight born into and destined into doing what y'all are accomplished to do. So, as I said, like, society won't praise you, statistics won't praise you, not until you learn how to praise yourself. So it's kind of really accept you for who you are, and to accept the things that y'all will accomplish. Because y'all will. Like, I know that I feel like I've accomplished everything I humanly can, and I will continue to accomplish more. But I have to also put in the retrospect, like, I can't live with no regrets. Like, I have to remember that. Right? So the way I dress, the way I speak, like, how I am, like, all of that shit is, I do this because I feel like I know I belong. I don't let society, none of that shit tell me that this is, like I don't let society allow me to, I don't let society tell me that I'm allowed to be in this position that I'm in. Like, bruh, I was born for this shit. And each and every one of y'all are born for this shit. Like, don't let people tell y'all just because, oh, you should act this way, y'all should speak this way, y'all should dress. No, man, fuck that. Whatever way you feel comfortable with y'all, get that shit done. And shit, that's all I gotta say, man. Now, y'all are fucking kings, y'all are leaders, bro.